Hello, I'm James Cronin and welcome to PG612, Scholarly Readings in Teaching and Learning. Throughout this module we have looked at a number of classical pieces within the literature of the scholarship of teaching and learning to ask the question, how can this literature scaffold and support our inquiry into student learning? Why would you do this? Your role as scholarly teachers is to teach a new generation of researchers within your discipline. You're therefore not just teaching content knowledge, but ways of thinking and acting within your discipline. So your inquiry is really fundamentally asking, how do my students come to know my discipline? And I want to demonstrate this through a research poster that I put together based on a challenge within the teaching of art history. I was working with a group of tutors and art historians working in adult continuing education. The context was an evening diploma course in art history. The students taking this course were part-time and often returning to education, often after many years of absence, with vast experience of life, but maybe slightly nervous and hesitant about their positioning in higher education. What was an obvious challenge, particularly in looking at artworks, was the hesitancy of voice. We often think about voicing or articulating our own insights into a discipline as central to becoming confident in a discipline. But for many students, this can be a really daunting task. Therefore, in this context, what I needed to do was identify a set of moves that I could help use to scaffold how tutors would teach art history, but also how students could think about art history. And I based this scaffold, this rubric, which I designed, on a work of scholarship that thought about the role of silence in education. How can silence and slow time be used in thinking and looking intentionally at a work of art? What I am calling here slow looking. This is now a term. I was writing about this in 2009. This is now a term that is used in the literature, in Project Zero. Sari Tishman has written a book about this. It's also used in the educational practices of the Tate in Great Britain and other galleries and libraries throughout the world. What I'm suggesting here is that my work runs parallel with other work at the same time, but is quite independent of that work. What I did throughout the duration of this investigation is record student work. Students gave me permission to do this, and it's very important to get permission in order to present this even in a graphic form like a poster. And also insights from the tutors who were teaching this particular approach. So what we see in a research poster like this is the context of the course, artifacts of student learning, the insights of tutor reporting, and the rubric itself as a way of making visible a process of inquiry, of thinking through the discipline. Here my focus is on disciplinary knowledge, but I'm fundamentally asking the question, how do students come to know the discipline? And that's where the rubric is a visualization of the ideas within the literature. So I'd like you maybe to think about that when you are working on your own assignment. Think about how you can scaffold the artifacts of learning and teaching around 2 or 3 points that are central within the literature and that you can demonstrate as playing out in your performance throughout this semester. Remember, you were building on work from the previous semester, so this is ongoing work that you have been engaged in throughout a single academic year. This is the visualization of everything that you've been thinking about throughout this academic year. I look forward to the results. Thank you.